Welcome back to the Personal Foul Podcast. I am your host, Colton. Yes, alongside me is my always late and dysfunctional co-host.
Oh, you gotta be
How the hell are
kidding
you?
me. Late. I've been waiting for you.
Waiting for me as I sent you the invite. Don't hear from you.
5:18.
Man doesn't know how to get his microphone on. I know, Uncle John.
I don't understand what the hell happened.
I know. There's nothing I can do.
Hang on 1 second. Who the hell
Oh
is
my!
this?
See, this is the nonsense I deal with on this show. This is the nonsense.
Oh my goodness! What a surprise! It's the genius. The genius is back. That's right. I found my helmet. I found my trophy. I'm a champion, and we are ready to go.
I have the same exact trophy. That's terrible. Someone's got to create
a little rinky-dink trophy that
someone's got to create a better fantasy championship. Someone's got to create something better. I have the same exact one. Currently, I am the reigning champ of my brother-in-law's league, so I have the trophy. So plaque and all on it. Yes. So we got a lot to get to. Would you like to start off with baseball first or go last? Again, as you should know, I could care less about baseball until the playoffs start.
Baseball out of the way.
Go for it. Baseball, floor is yours. I could care less. Bum of the week. By the way, if my dad's tuning in, his favorite man, I'm going to throw it out now just for meme purposes. Bum of the week. And I have plenty of bums of the week, might I add. But bum of the week just for you, Dad. Carlos Rodon. Absolute egg on his face yesterday. Bum of the week.
Why was he a bum?
They lost to the Twins.
They lost. I mean, the Yankees didn't score. I normally kill Baboon. I can't kill him yesterday. They had a Sunday night game in Boston. They had to fly all the way to Minneapolis. They didn't get in until 5:30 in the morning, and then they had to play. I mean, that was a terrible schedule job. The Yankees got railroaded last night with that. Even I knew they were going to lose that game, and they never lose in Minnesota. That was an absolute butcher of a scheduling job. But it is what it is. But I wouldn't give him the bum of the week. There's other bigger bums out there.
I did it for meme purposes. My father loves Rodon, so that's why I had to throw it out there. He's clearly not bum of the week. I got plenty. Trust me. I have plenty.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to hear more bums from you. So, Yankees took 2 out of 3 in Boston. You knew they were going to lose Sunday night. You knew they were going to get a sweep there. But I'm happy with 2 out of 3. Toronto just keeps winning. They're impressive. I thought losing Bichette, they would start to fall back to earth a little bit, but they haven't. They keep winning. They have played well. Toronto's going to win that division. The Mets, they finally won a game the other day. 10-game losing streak. I mean, shame on you Mets and Met fans. An absolute terrible job. I saw a stat where they played the Phillies last Wednesday. They were up 4-0 in the first inning, and they were the first team ever to lose after having a 4-run lead and not getting another runner on base the rest of the game. You talk about an embarrassing stat. That is the Mets in a nutshell. At this point, I don't know why you Met fans want to even make the playoffs. Just give it to Cincinnati. This way they can get swept in the first round because you Mets are getting pummeled. I think right now you're going to play the Dodgers if that's the case. Oh, Lord. Ohtani's going to have a field day with you guys. Mets, you're toast. Phillies, nice job. They've been playing much better. They dismantled the Mets, which is what they needed to do. They needed to get that monkey off their back. So well done, Phillies. They are going to coast away to the division. Cindy is not making it. What the hell are you talking about, John? Whatever. I don't know who Cindy is.
He meant Cincy. He's just an idiot.
Cincy. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He can't. Yes, you're welcome, Dave. I'm here for you on that one. Your son is a bum. He might be the bum of the week. He's always the bum of the week as far as I'm concerned. The interesting story is the American League West. There is a 3-team race. You suck, John. You got Seattle leading Houston. I think they tied it back up. They're tied for first place. And the Rangers, I believe, are only 2 games out. So that is a very interesting scenario that's going on in the American League West. Pretty much everything else is settled. San Diego has a little bit of a lead. I think the Dodgers can still win that division, but the Dodgers have been absolutely terrible. I know you all want to get to football, but I just had to get the baseball off my chest. Before we go into football, I do want to talk about boxing real quick. Crawford over Alvarez. That was a hell of a fight the other night. 41 million people watched that on Netflix, and 70,000 people at Allegiant Stadium. Sold out. It was a great fight. It's nice to see boxing back in the spotlight once in a while, because UFC's gone to absolute hell. I can't watch it anymore. So hopefully Crawford, the super middleweights always had a great class. You go back to Leonard, Hagler, Thomas, all those guys. But hopefully boxing starts to get its niche again. I would love to see that. I know Colton didn't see the fight because he has nothing to do with boxing, because he's probably watching his footy soccer, whatever boring sport he's watching at the time. But I just wanted to throw the boxing in there real quick. We can now bring it on over to football, where I will throw it over to you, and you'll probably drop the pass, just like your Pittsburgh Steelers dropped all those passes on Sunday.
They sure did. We have plenty to talk about here. So we'll start off with Thursday Night Football. Packers, Commanders, and it's a team that I do another show Wednesdays for the fan, and that's a strictly NFL podcast, unlike this one where we talk about everything. And by the way, footy getting off and running today, by the way, with the Champions League. Chef's kiss. But speaking of actual football, I always crap on the Packers. I never give the Packers enough love, and every time we go and we talk about, like, before the season, we go over each division. What do we think the teams are? We go over the schedule, blah, 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 the rosters, yada, yada, yada. And I always poo-poo on the Packers. Because when you look at their roster, and, like, tell me I'm wrong, Phil. When you look at the Packers roster, does anything jump out at you? Like, holy cow, I got to watch this guy. Like, they don't have a Justin Jefferson. They don't have, like, a Jamar Chase. They don't have a Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. They don't have a Saquon Barkley at running back. They have a lot of good players. I'm not crapping on Jordan Love. I'm not crapping on Josh Jacobs, like Rashawn Gary on defense. Now they kind of have that sparkle, bringing in Micah Parsons in the trade. But that was also before we did the season preview. They did not have Micah Parsons. But a lot of Packers fans shit on our show because we all kind of have the same reaction to him. Not a bad team. But, like, what is the ceiling for the Green Bay Packers? I know they're 2-0, and that's what we're going to get into here. Because I did pick the Commanders in our other league where we pick every single game. I picked the Commanders. I love Jaden Daniels, who's banged up, by the way. Terrible week for injuries, might I add, for quarterbacks. But what is your thought on the Green Bay Packers? We're already kind of, like, taking a while to get into this, but, like, I feel like I got to give Green Bay some love here. And I always crap on them.
They definitely deserve some. They have an intangible that most teams do not have, and that is Matt LaFleur. He is a hell of a coach. He's not great in the playoffs. I don't know why he has issues in the playoffs, but I think he has like a .650 winning percentage in the regular season. He gets the job done, and he beat the hell out of the Lions the first week, and then they dismantled the Redskins. I mean, they went back-to-back beating playoff teams. Schedule's going to get easier for them. And they're going to start rolling on teams. They have a lot of good moving parts, and LaFleur knows how to make that move. He is the oil in the gears that makes it run very smoothly, unlike Mr. Mike McDaniel of my fellow Miami Dolphins, which I'll get into in a little bit. But the Packers, they aren't paying Love a lot. No, they are paying Love big money. They get a contract. And they still have room for Micah Parsons, which is interesting. They don't have that big-time wide receiver, which I think helps because – Jordan Love, I mean, first week he had 10 different receivers. Second week, I think he had 8 different receivers. You don't need a big-time receiver on that team. Helps to have Matthew Golden, who I think is going to be a superstar later on once he gets his feet wet. Jaden Reed's going to be out 6 weeks. I think that's going to hurt them a little bit. But they have a lot of wide receivers. I mean, Wicks is always hurt. We know that. But there's a lot of moving parts on that team. The defense has always played well. Rashawn Gary, I believe, is the linebacker on that team. He's always done a very good job. The safeties have always been great on that team. They're always hard-hitting. It's a well-coached team, and they're going to go far this year. I picked them to win the division because I'm the genius, and I think I'm going to stick to that.
Big win for the Packers. We continue to Sunday slate. We will stay local as a urination happened at the AC unit in the NFL as the Bills. I said the Jets were going to suck. So it was nice seeing the Steelers win last week, putting up points. But boy, I knew the Jets offense was going to stink. So I don't know if it was Fields getting up for playing the Steelers as a kind of, hey, you should have kept me kind of deal or what. But he looked like shit again, Justin Fields. And Buffalo steamrolled them. 30-10 is the final. Justin Fields is in concussion protocol. Shocker when you have a guy running the ball as much as he does, and he doesn't know how to not slide, unlike Lamar Jackson and other and Josh Allen's is bigger, so it's kind of different. Josh Allen should probably slide a little bit more too. That might have end up biting him in the ass. But Josh Allen and company win 30-10. I think the Jets are going to suck. Defense looks horrible. But hey, man, paid Sauce Gardner, great.
Look, the Jets are a terrible football team. I've said this for a long time. Them and Miami are neck and neck when it comes to drafting. Neither team can draft a good team. My brother-in-law always screams, like the past 2 years, they passed on Brock Bowers, then they passed on Warren, back-to-back years. That's a team that's desperate for a tight end. I mean, Mason Taylor, as much as I love his father, this guy's a bum. This guy's always hurt. He's not the answer. I mean, Allen only – get this. Allen only played 2.5 quarters. So now he's fully rested for the Thursday night game where Miami is going to be slaughtered to the Lambs. And Buffalo, my suicide pick of the week, by the way. Fields is terrible. He went 3 for 11. He threw for 27 yards, rushed for 49 yards. Breece Hall, 29 yards rushing. Wilson, 4 for 50. These guys had amazing games against Pittsburgh. What is the difference between Pittsburgh's defense and Buffalo's defense?
Steelers' defense sucks. This is a Mike Tomlin defense, and we'll get to this. Might as well go to the fucking Steelers. We might as well go back-to-back shit shows from the Jets to the Steelers. One of the highest paid defenses in football, yet they can't stop a nosebleed. It's a terrible defense. It comes down to my hate for Mike Tomlin. People think I'm delusional when I talk about my hate for Mike Tomlin. Think I'm nuts. Sorry, he has to be the smartest guy in the room. He can't have any good assistant coaches around him. And if it wasn't for Arthur Smith finally kind of being forced on him, I think, from upper management, he would continue to have bums like Matt Canada as coordinators. He hasn't had good coordinators since he was first hired by the Steelers when they surrounded him with great future coaches in Dick LeBeau and Bruce Arians. Mike Tomlin has to be the smartest guy in the room. I will die on that hill saying that because he just proves it time and time again, and he keeps his buddies around. It's pretty much plain and simple what it is. You hate on Brian Flores as your ex-coach, whatever as it is. I love Brian Flores. I love seeing what he's doing with Minnesota's defense. And
What's he done?
What?
What's he done?
Minnesota has one of the best defenses in football, and you couldn't name me probably 3 guys on that damn defense. Name me 3 guys on that defense.
Well, Van Stinkel. Van Stinkel right off the bat.
Okay. It's not to take
Harrison.
a shot at it's not to take a shot at your fandom, even though I love doing that every week. But my point is, he's doing what nobody's. Harrison Smith, Dallas Turner that they just drafted last season, and Van Ginkel. It's probably where most people are gonna get it and then stop. That's just kind of how it works.
They couldn't stop the run last week.
I know they spent the money on Byron Murphy in the secondary 2 years ago. But they have nobody on their defense. They have no big name players.
Focus back on Pittsburgh. I don't want to talk
about but that's where I'm going, Phil. Relax.
Right, so go there.
My point is,
you want Brian Flores as your coach.
Yes,
I
it was stupid that the Steelers
We've
did
been
not.
there, done that. He sucks.
The Steelers didn't had him on the staff as an assistant defensive coach, and then Minnesota comes calling, "Hey, you want to be our DC?" And the Steelers don't match it. The Steelers let him walk. Guy with head coaching experience, they let him walk. The damn Steelers and Mike Tomlin don't know what the hell they're doing, and you let him go to Minnesota. And I've watched Minnesota's defense the last 2 seasons and what it looks like compared to my expensive-ass defense in Pittsburgh, who can't stop a nosebleed with Jalen Ramsey, Patrick Queen, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, his potato chip ass as he's heard it again. It's this defense so overpaid. Cam Hayward as well, bitching and moaning for his extra $3 million, and he sucks balls as well. So I don't want to hear this shit with the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. Oh, I'll hire him in a minute. Okay, Jets, go ahead. Hire him in a minute. Go for it. Watch it just be mediocre. Congratulations. Oh, wait, you're out of that. So after the Steelers are embarrassing performance. And by the way, Caleb Johnson, there's my bum of the week. There's one of my extra bum of the weeks. Caleb Johnson. Did you not? I'm shocked you didn't like post it on Snapchat or anything. Did you not see the kickoff?
Oh, that was shameful. Oh, what a disgrace that was.
That's my point. And that goes back to coaching. Last week,
that does.
Last week, AK is a rookie, and the NFL's changed all these damn rules on kickoffs. So you're asking a kid just going into the NFL, hey, you're going to return kicks. And might add, the same kid fumbled the kickoff last week. Thankfully, they recovered it, but he fumbled last week. And you think he's trying to learn the playbook on offense? Do you think this kid knows the damn rules for kickoffs? Hell no.
It's coaching, special teams
coaching. It's coaching, and it's on him too. He should know, but it's also on coaching, I think. You're having a rookie try to return kicks, doesn't know the rules. Come on, man. So, bum of the week, Caleb Johnson, and the Steelers suck on defense, and that's what the Steelers are. So we continue on with shitty teams and shitty
had
coaches.
A terrible game, by the way.
What's that?
Your boy Aaron Rodgers had a terrible game. What was he? 18 for 33, 2 picks. Terrible.
Yeah, one pick wasn't his fault. Calvin Austin decided to be in the same spot, taking away a touchdown from Pat Freiermuth. So, and that ended up being a pick. Yes. When it should have been a touchdown. So, Steelers in a nutshell. We continue to another team that's continuing to spin in shitty coaching. How about we go to your genius, Miami Dolphins?
It's what can I say? It's absolute. It's a train wreck. What sucks is. I'm a broken record with this. McDaniel never should have came back. Greer never should have came back. Greer has not had any impact draft players. If you want to say Tua, that's about it. I mean, the year he had 3 first-round picks when you traded Minka Fitzpatrick, you draft Austin Jackson. I mean, and that was a loaded draft. And then instead of drafting Jonathan Taylor, you draft this defensive back with the 3 last names. I don't remember, Ingabua, whatever the hell his name was. Imagine me trying to figure out that name. And, he could have had Jonathan Taylor. The problem with Miami now is it's been all about speed. And there's no strength on that team anymore. They're all focused on speed. And you know what? A lot of wimps are full, are speed, okay? You don't see big strength. You have all these guards that are getting pushed around because they're worried about getting around on these stupid, crazy plays that McDaniel has all the time. You know what? How about smack him in the mouth and push him back 4 yards and get a 4-yard gain once in a while? That offensive line can't do that. The defensive line can't stop anybody. Why? Because they're worried about speed. Jalen Phillips, oh, look how fast he is. First of all, the guy's got mush for brains. He's always in concussion protocol. He's always hurt. He has half a tackle this year in 2 games. And this guy wants a $40 million per year contract, whatever the hell he wants. You got to be kidding me. Miami can't draft. They can't coach. They can't put a good team on the field. They've wasted Tyreek Hill. I mean, he finally had a decent game this week. I mean, he got called out in an interview because do you know you haven't had a 30-yard catch in a full calendar year? And he went off and he lost it. Guess what happened? He got a 30-yard catch. He still didn't get a touchdown out of it. But, I mean, you let Rodmore Stevenson run all over you, and then you let him catch the ball over you. It's just an absolute train wreck. The team's terrible. The special teams is garbage. Hopefully we see on Thursday night these guys get fired. It should have been done a long time ago. I hope Buffalo slaughters them. I hope it's a 50-3 game. I hope they get absolutely pulverized because I've had it with McDaniel. I've had it with Greer. I've had it with this team. They're absolute trash. Trash, garbage, filth. Suck. Get Arch Manning in here next year. Get Tua out in 2 years. Get it all going. Get it all in motion.
Thank you, Phil. We will go to one of the most exciting games of the week. That'd be Russell Wilson turning back the clock. Damn near 500 yards and a win. Oh, Giants lose again on a Hail Mary kick. Brandon Aubrey, 40-37. What a shootout. Giants playing the soft defense, not knowing that one of the best long-range kickers. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye to your Giants. Goodbye to Russell Wilson. Goodbye to you.
I agree with you.
And they lose 40-37. Giants playing soft coverage defense there in the last 30 seconds, allowing Dallas to easily get into Brandon Aubrey's range. By the way, Dallas running a handoff to get like 3 yards to make it a 3 or 64 yard
Yeah,
field
that
goal.
was. I was like, what the hell are they doing?
Nuts.
They knew what they were doing. And you got to hand it to Schottenheimer. I mean, he comes from good coaching genes, a.k.a. Marty Schottenheimer, who you've probably never heard of before.
I know who Marty Schottenheimer is.
He's one of the all-time winningest coaches in football. I would have loved to have Schottenheimer as our head coach, but no. You got this clown down in Miami. But Schottenheimer, he knew his team, and he knew his field goal kicker was going to make that kick, and he lined that up perfect. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Was he lining up a field goal, a 63-yard field goal? I was like, holy hell. But he played to his team, and well done to Schottenheimer. And Brian Daboll, who was a cross between John Mayer and Allen Robinson, was so defeated in the post-game interview after that game. I mean, this man looked like he got shot. It was just absolutely unreal.
Well, he knows. He knows they're going to 0-3.
Oh, he's done.
They're going to, I would say he's done. But he knows they're going to
come in and steamroll him this week.
I wouldn't say steamroll. Kansas City hasn't looked good.
Oh, Kansas City is angry. They are going to
not going to steamroll them. You don't think they're angry after week 1 losing to their rivals and then you play Philly at home? No, they were mad going in. Kansas City, the thing is, they said it on ESPN and they're 1,000,000% correct. They put that game there knowing you never know week 1, games in Brazil, division game, hardball. You never know if they're going to win that one. Philly Super Bowl champs, blah, blah, blah. You never know. They're probably going to lose that one too. They put them in a must-guaranteed win spot week 3 because if they were 0-3, God, that'd be terrible for the NFL. If Mahomes and Kelsey and Swift were 0-3, the Giants, you're probably going to see some shitty officiating Sunday night, and the Giants are going to get – you laugh, but tell me I'm wrong. Like, you're telling me they didn't look at that schedule and give them like a gimme spot week 3? And not saying the Giants are gimme. Like, the Giants have edge rushers. The Giants could get to Mahomes. But you're telling me you're not going to see any bullshit penalties? They're like, ooh. But no one's going to care. It's just the Giants. And, like, the Giants suck. So it's not like, it's Philly getting hosed by penalties. It's going to be the Giants. So, like, no one's going to care at the end of the day. But
Kansas City's going to win by the time. Yeah, by the way, that Dallas Giant game, what was it? 271 yards in penalties. My God. I think Daboll's got to clean that up. That's absolutely atrocious. You pretty much gave them a touchdown.
We continue along here. Rams win. I mean, we don't really need to talk about it. Rams win 33-19 over Cam Ward and company. He had a nice play, Cam Ward, before the half. But they lose 33-19. Puka Nacua scores in that one. Mm-hmm. Another injury to a quarterback in this one. We go to Cincinnati. Bengals win 31-27. But at what cost again? As Joe Burrow and company in Jamar Chase's dazzling game, they lose Joe Burrow for 3 months. I'm so glad the Bengals drafted Jamar Chase instead of actually keeping their damn quarterback upright. And he's hurt again, turf toe injury. He's going to need surgery, out 3 months. What a shit show for the Bengals. Burrow's out. Thoughts on that before we go to the next AFC North game?
Oh, let's be a little fair. I mean, Chase is a generation talent. You got to draft.
He's great, fantastic. How'd that work out for the Giants? How'd that work out?
Chase has been there, 4 years now?
Okay, great.
They've had other drafts and paid offensive linemen. They haven't drafted offensive linemen. It's a bad job by their GM.
Yeah, they should have drafted Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase. Yeah, just like the Giants should have drafted Quentin Nelson instead of Saquon Barkley. Yeah, that's great. Great. Generational player. That's awesome.
Imagine if the Giants had good players like Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley on their team. Boy, they could really make some headway.
We go to the AFC.
That's right.
For the AFC North battle, Ravens steamroll Cleveland, the Steamers, 41-17. No show from Henry and Mark Andrews, but they win the game anyway, 41-17.
3 yards rushing by Henry. Amazing.
Yeah. We continue. Banged up quarterback in San Francisco. They win. Mac Jones 26-21 over Spencer Rattler in company down in New Orleans, 26-21. Another division game here. We go to Detroit as they steamroll Ben Johnson in his reunion. Boy, oh boy, Caleb Williams sucks. I said it last year. I thought Jaden Daniels was easily the best quarterback coming out of the draft. Caleb Williams reminded me of Sam Darnold. They both had great freshman years. Caleb won the Heisman. He's like, oh, this is the next can't-miss prospect. And then he loses some weapons. The O-line gets a little worse, and he looks like shit. Still goes top, and boy, oh boy, does he suck. He sucks. Romadunte does find Painter twice, but Caleb Williams, holy cow.
128, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's a hell of a find, man.
We have to stop. We got to stop with these generational quarterbacks. Because now this is, by the way, 2 in a row where they've said generational quarterbacks, and they look horrible. We just talked about the game a few minutes ago with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was a can't-miss guy.
I thought you were talking about 2 Bears quarterbacks. I thought you were going back to Trubisky.
No,
who got drafted in front of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Trubisky wasn't a can't-miss prospect. No, I'm talking about Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence's bum ass. Both guys, generational guys. Gotta stop with the generational thing because it's been a shit show. And so far it's looking projected.
You know that's how it's got to be.
I know, and it's stupid. It's hurting Arch Manning too in college. Oh, can't miss kid, Arch Manning. And he looks like shit. Another guy doesn't look good.
He doesn't look great.
So
I'll still take him though if Miami's going to draft a quarterback.
Your thoughts on that one as the Ben Johnson reunion in Detroit and Amon-Ra St. Brown putting on a shit show on there?
St. Brown, 9 for 115, 3 touchdowns. Goff, 23 for 28, 334, 5 touchdowns. I had to love it when I was going against them, both of them in one league. Holy hell, I got the coolie kicked in that one. I just want to go back to the New Orleans team real quick. Rattler once again had a chance to do a game-winning drive against the Niners, and I was really rooting for him on that one. Because 2 weeks in a row, New Orleans, they're 0-2, and everyone thinks they're ass, but they got a little bit of something going on there. I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think they are going to be. Just to throw a little Saints in there for you.
Yeah. Look at you bringing a little Gamecock action to us with former Gamecock Spencer Rattler. Yes. Speaking of Daniel Jones, you mentioned him earlier. They win. Oh God, it was so great seeing Sean Payton's face as the penalty at the end of the game after the kid misses the field goal. Sean Payton's face of disgust. They win the game on a field goal, and that's what Sean Payton sounded like as Cody joins in, whining like a biatch. They lose 29-28. Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor steamrolled over the Broncos. I think he had over 200 yards total offense. JT carried my ass to a win this week as I'm 1-1, even though my team actually does suck. But you know whose team's worse? Yours. That's 0-2. Jonathan Taylor.
I outscored you, and I'm 0-2.
You didn't outscore me. God, you scored like 150 this week. I would have beat you by 20-something points. Kiss my ass. Outscored me.
Yeah, Taylor had over 200 yards still combined.
Outscored me, he says. Yeah, okay.
Your ass. But that was a brutal penalty call. I mean, to be fair, that was a rough penalty. To gain 15 yards on that, to win the game, that was, to call that right then and there, holy hell. That was rough. I'm not a Sean Payton fan. I rooted for him in the Super Bowl. But, that was a little tough to take. And Bo Nix, once again, no shows.
Bo Nix actually played well, so I don't know what you're.
22 for 30. I mean, he had that brutal pick there in the fourth quarter. That turned the whole game around.
It sure did, but he didn't play terribly. Another boring game that some odd reason kept going and going because of penalties. So I'm just going to bust through because I don't care enough. Cardinals win 27-22. Bryce Young looks like ass. Again, we'll go to Sunday night before we get into the Super Bowl rematch.
Real quick.
Yep.
There was something I wanted to say about that game. I just cannot believe the Cardinals. They had a 22-9 lead halfway through the fourth quarter, and they let that ass team come back and almost win the game. They also, and Carolina, my God, you get an onside kick and then you don't score. That was the game nobody wanted to win. Absolute travesty those two teams are. Arizona might be the worst 2-0 team in the league right now.
Well, they are. They beat the Saints by the skin of their teeth, and they beat shitty Carolina at home. Congratulations. J.J. McCarthy's home opener, they lose 22-6 with big A. Atlanta Falcons getting the win 22-6. We'll go to the Super Bowl.
Out a few weeks.
Well, yes, he is. High ankle sprain for one JJ McCarthy. We'll head to the Super Bowl rematch here before we head to Monday Night Football games. Philly wins 20-17. I know the score shows it's a 3-point game. The game really didn't feel that close when you were watching it. It felt like Philly had control the whole time. Kelsey with a big drop that turns into a game-changing pick.
Changed the whole game.
Yeah, Kansas City's it's kind of worrisome, but it's kind of not. You're without Rashid Rice, you're without Xavier Worthy, so you're missing your two big weapons on the outside. I'm not really too concerned about Kansas City, but they're continuing to get worse though. I don't think them.
Oh, the window's closed. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
I don't think
they've
they're
had
winning.
a hell of a run.
I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl anytime soon. Their O-line is not nearly as good as it's been, and the problem is you're most likely, if you're going to make it again, you're going to face Philly, and they're going to just blitz the shit out of you and kick your ass again. So it's just, I don't know where Kansas City gets it done. In the Super Bowl, they could represent the AFC because they own Buffalo. As much as I'd love to see Buffalo get over the hump, until Buffalo gets the monkey off their back, I don't know. And Lamar Jackson will always crumble. So like that's a crappy part with the AFC. You don't know what you're getting, and Kansas City could very well be there. So I'm not worried about Kansas City. Your thoughts on the game overall? Like I said, I thought Philly dominated it, and I really got.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's defense is for real. I mean, they did a hell of a job. I mean, Chris Jones making fun of Hurts after the game. You didn't throw for 100 yards. Hurts going, well, we won the damn game. Yeah, that's what it's about, winning the game. I mean, Barkley, I think he had 88 yards. They did a tremendous amount of tush pushes. Kansas City couldn't stop them. You know what? Stop that. Stop that. You win the game. But they couldn't stop it. Don't even get into that situation. Mahomes, like you said, he doesn't have his weapons right now. I mean, when Hollywood Brown is your number one receiver, you got issues because that guy's a bum. Andy Reid, he's got some challenges right now, but I do think that it will change. It's going to start with the Giants this week. It's going to get easier. They're going to have the Raiders. They're going to push Denver around like they always do. They'll beat up on the bad teams.
We go to Monday Night Football. Chargers win 20-9. Kind of story of this game, not really football related as it goes to on the field. Thoughts on the Tom Brady thing? I don't think it's that big of a deal because you're telling me teams, oh yeah, we're really going to give Brady all this information in media stuff. Like, no, you're not. No one's stupid. Like, for example, this week, I think Brady has the Bears game, and the Bears play the Raiders the following week. I can tell you the Bears aren't giving Brady any lick, even though what do they need to tell him? Caleb Williams' ass. And I know the information that people are giving Brady that really helped with Geno's like 5 picks that he threw last night. So yeah. I think it's a bigger story than people are making it out to be. To be honest, I don't know if you have any thoughts on it. I don't think it's a huge deal.
I could care less. It's Tom Brady, so it's news. That's the bottom line. If that was Moose Johnson up there, nobody would have gave a damn. But it's Tom Brady. And unfortunately, you got the checkered pass, you got the Flakegate, you got the burn tapes. So, you're always going to have that stigma when you're Tom Brady. So it will make news, unfortunately. But, I mean, the way the NFL is today, with all the secrets and all that, I can't get too worked up about it. He's a minority owner. If it wasn't allowed to broadcast, he wouldn't, the NFL would be like, okay, no, can't work with Fox anymore. And by the way, he does a great job with Fox. That is a very good listen. And I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but that is a very good.
You're going to tush. Part of the push is right there, Uncle John.
You know all about the push, John Mayer.
We head to the final game of this week 2 in the NFL. We had to Monday Night Football as well, the doubleheader. Sure. Buccaneers. By the way, it's stupid. I don't understand the double Monday thing. You might as well just go Friday again. That's what you should have done. Yeah. You should have another game.
They're not allowed because of high school and college, the Antitrust Act.
Then how the hell did they get away with it in week 1? Because there's still football.
I think they were allowed. It's a certain window. That's why they're allowed to do it on Black Friday. But I know there's a certain window allowed for that.
It's dumb. Anyway, 2 Monday night games. Stupid. You should just continue to do, an extra game in the 4 o'clock window or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter who cares.
Exactly. Put another 4 o'clock game there.
Yeah.
Terrible. There are only 3 games this week. That's a joke as well.
I think they also possibly did it. I mean, who's watching any of the other games outside of Chiefs, Eagles, unless you're a fan of any of those teams in the 4 o'clock window, to be fair. Buccaneers win 2019. They walk it off with oh gosh, back at running back. I have him on my team. Dang it.
White.
Yeah, Rashad White. Thank you there, Phil. Rashad White walks it off. How the hell do you allow a rushing touchdown there if you're Houston? It was like 3 or 4 yards, by the way. It wasn't like it was at the one tush push in. No. He was like 3 or 4 yards out. How the hell does that happen? They lose the game anyway. 2019, I believe Houston's 0-2. There's a lot of, there's a few surprising 0-2 teams. I can tell you Houston wasn't on the docket. Kansas City's not on the docket. There's a few teams that are 0-2 you would not have had on your bucket list. I can tell you that.
Now, must-win games for Houston and Kansas City this week.
Yes.
They're all 0-2 teams, but let's face it, the Giants, Jets, and Miami are not winning their games this week. So they will be already eliminated from the playoffs.
So speaking of must-wins, we go to next week's slate, and we got some good ones. And I got some games that are tasty for picks. And
what was the record last week?
I have the updated list of people who actually put in. We had no Santos. We had no Hooligan. We had no Karen Warren put in. It was just me, you, Ray, my father, and Mike Bauer. So these jackasses need to get back on the freaking wagon and putting their damn picks in. And Uncle John, how are you in here in the comments every week and you love beer, yet your ass doesn't put in picks? Shame on you. Updated standings is currently Ray with 3-3. I am 2-4 after a nice bounce back after my 0-3 debacle week 1. Alex DeLon is still 2-1 as he did not put in games. You are 2-4 as well. Matthew Santos did not put in picks. He is 3-0. Hooligan's 2-1. Karen Warren still with an ugly 1-2. My father pulling up the rear with 0-6.
Oh.
Yeah, not good. And,
Dave, come on. What do you got? Arnie Lauer making your picks? Come on now.
Mike Bauer, 2-4 as well. So, Karen, I did not see picks. I went on while we were doing our intro and Phil was talking Yankees. I did not see any picks from you last week. So if you want to add in extra games this week to add up, because if we're going to do it, we can't go off win percentage because Matt's is going to stay perfect and he's going to win a 30-pack. We're going 3-0. So, no. If you're going to do picks and you missed last week, you pick an extra 3 this week. So we will continue on for our picks for this week. Phil, would you like to start us off?
Sure. I went 1-2 last week. Terrible. This week I'm going 3-0. Why? Because I got the Genius helmet back, and I will win it all. So my picks this week, we're going to start off with San Francisco -1.5. We got I'm taking Buffalo -12.5. Miami's going to get absolute.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, make sure your lines are correct.
Yeah, I gotta check the lines here as you're doing this. They usually are. I think we're usually correct on this. You said Buffalo -12.5.
Yeah, and you got San Fran
Actually, I think Buffalo's it is 12.5. Yep, and I got San Fran at -1.5. Correct. Your last game.
But I can't believe I'm taking them. Your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Back-to-back weeks after my team fungooled you. Wow, surprise.
I took them last week too, right?
Yep, that was your loss last week.
Oh, my God, that's right.
Going back to the well.
Wow, I forgot, yeah. I was playing on that Seattle 10 a.m. start, and that backfired on me. They usually don't play well when they have 10 a.m. West Coast starts. But I made my picks, and I'm sticking by them. Why? Because I am the genius.
I'm going to start off taking Kansas City. It's -6.5. It is a decent number for a road team. Like you said, it's a must-win for them. I think they win the game by a touchdown. I think Russ might struggle after last week and feeling the pressure, especially if they're 0-2, going to be 0-3. I think Russ is going to force 1 or 2 and get picked off. I think Kansas City wins by a touchdown. Give me the Chiefs. Where else am I going? There was another game I saw that was tasty. You know what? I just talked about them. Give me the Houston Texans +1.5. They have to win this week. They cannot go to 0-3 and allow.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville, which it doesn't.
I like Jacksonville this week.
You like Jacksonville? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't. And if J.J. McCarthy wasn't out, I would jump on that, but I am not. Dallas, yeah, I'll take the Cowboys +1.5. as my final pick of the week. I'm going Dallas plus 1.5. I think the Bears suck balls.
Aren't they in Minnesota?
What?
Who's Dallas playing?
Chicago. I just told you.
Oh, Chicago. That's right. I knew they had a Northwest City.
Minnesota plays. I liked Minnesota. They play the Vikings. Oh my Jesus! I just pulled.
Whoa! Come on, A. Lauer. What the hell is that?
I just pulled a big A.
Minnesota. We'll play the Vikings.
Pulled a big A. Shout out A. Lauer. No, they're playing the Bengals. And if it wasn't, who the hell is starting? Is it Carson Wentz? Is that the backup in
Yes,
Minnesota?
Wentz is starting.
Yeah, I don't love that at all. So yeah, that's why I didn't take that game. Otherwise, I would have jumped on the 2.5 point spread at home, but I am not. I am taking Kansas City minus 6.5, Houston plus 1.5, Dallas plus 1.5 as well. With Phil going San Francisco minus 1.5, Buffalo trouncing his Miami Dolphins minus 12.5, and some odd reason his silly ass is going with geriatric Aaron Rodgers minus 1.5 against the Patriots on the road. Oh wait, the Steelers are plus 1.5, right? Are they
Steelers are plus 1.5? I thought.
I think the Steelers. I think I had it right. I think it's 1.5, as in the favorite by 1.5.
Oh, they're favored?
I think so.
I'm going to take them anyway. They're going to win by field goal.
Yeah, Steelers are 1.5 point favorites on the road.
No,
that is the picks. Karen Warren made the picks in the comment section very difficult for me because he's a jackass. Why wouldn't you just put them all on one freaking thing and now I have to swipe up and write all your picks in, you jackass? The Deplorable is right, and that is indeed you with your freaking shit up top. What are you doing? Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Get your picks in. If you missed last week's picks, double them up with 6 this week, and I will add them on to the list. Don't be Karen Warren. Do not put 6 freaking different comments. Just do it on one like a normal person would. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Phil, any final thoughts from you here?
Final thoughts is I'm a champion. As you can see, I'm going to be numerous champions in numerous leagues because I am the football genius. That's right. Oh, and don't forget, Oktoberfest, a.k.a. Final Fest, September 27th, the last one. Will you be here for this, Colton?
Me? No idea. Couldn't tell you.
You won't be here for Final Fest? Why is that?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea what's on my schedule that day.
You're a disgrace.
Some say I am. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'm Colton. That's Phil. We'll be back again next Tuesday. Final Fest, September 27th. Mark that on your calendars for those guys. They put a lot of hard work into that. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. Thank you.